I watched him board the train, his face pressed to the glass, eyes shining like he might turn back. But he didn't. My fingers brushed the air where his hand should have been, and the whistle drowned out my words. Since then, every train station smells like his cologne, and every departure feels like betrayal. Denver Union Station buzzed with morning commuters, sunlight slicing through the glass roof. He held my hands, whispering promises of return, but I felt the pull of distance deep in my chest. The Amtrak train lurched forward, carrying him west toward Los Angeles. I stayed rooted, pretending I was okay, while the station's noise blurred around me. And I realized my life had shifted in the space of one goodbye. For months, letters flew between us, thick envelopes from Manhattan to Denver, filled with his words. He described Los Angeles streets, palm trees swaying, the Pacific sparkling at dusk. I wrote of Colorado winters, bookstore nights, football games at Mile High. But the letters grew shorter, the visits fewer, and slowly distance began to carve a canyon between us. It wasn't another woman that broke us, it was time. Late January, I saw him in a rooftop photo holding someone else's hand. My hands trembled as I stared at the glowing screen. He called, saying it wasn't what it looked like, but the lie hung between us heavier than words. I deleted his number, but the memory of his voice lingered, haunting every quiet corner of my apartment. 3 years later, I was in Chicago, teaching literature, thinking I had moved on, until a letter arrived, his handwriting unmistakable, promising a meeting in Denver. Curiosity and a stubborn hope led me back to Union Station. The platform looked the same, yet the years had changed everything around me. And there he was, older, quieter, waiting with eyes that still held mine. He smiled faintly, and my heart stumbled at the sight of him. We sat across from each other in the station cafe, silence stretching, heavy with years lost. "I didn't leave because I stopped loving you," he whispered. "I had to fight something I couldn't share." He revealed the illness he'd hidden, treatments endured, and nights of missing me. I wanted anger, but grief consumed me first, then understanding. We spent days revisiting streets and memories, almost like nothing had changed. Then, on the last night, he handed me a plane ticket to Los Angeles. A hospital bracelet peeked from under his sleeve, and realization struck me. He couldn't go back there. His bittersweet smile held more weight than words could carry. "I wanted you to have the goodbye I couldn't give last time," he said softly. The next morning, he was gone. No note, just the ticket and memories etched in my mind. I walked the train platform alone, listening to whistles that now carried his absence. Sometimes I imagine him on the other side of the tracks, somewhere between Denver and the Pacific. Love doesn't always return the way you expect. Sometimes it lingers in smells, sounds, and the quiet spaces of our hearts. And that's the story of love, loss, and the moments that never fade. If this story touched you, share it with someone who understands longing and heartbreak. Subscribe to hear more cinematic, emotional stories every week. Because some love stories aren't about forever. They're about remembering what we once held, even when it's gone.